afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever the hell you guys are located in this crazy world we live in. Hey, look at it this way. It could be a lot better. It could be a lot worse. It's only in how you look at it. Well, everybody, today is Webisode number 66. I'm Al Ditton. I'm with Underground Noise Webzine. Today's guest, I have the pleasure of interviewing Michal Kustra from the band called Dargor. Welcome, Michal. How are you doing today, sir?
Hello, Alexander. Nice to meet you today. I'm doing great.
That's great. Thanks for giving me
doing.
I'm sorry, say again?
Hope you're doing great too.
Yeah, I'm doing fantastic, thanks.
Nice.
Thanks for giving me a portion of your time today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Very cool. The first question I would like to ask you, Michal, is what is your local music scene like where you live over there in Poland?
Local music scene. We have quite many bands in Poland still. There's always a possibility to go to the local show to play with someone. We have a lot of bands, a lot of black metal bands.
Would you like to share a few of those names with us?
A few names. When it comes to the famous bands, we have bands like Behemoth or Decapitated. When it comes to underground bands, we have bands like, for example, Furia, Warmia. There are bands, these bands are known in Poland, maybe not necessarily abroad. But I recommend to check Furia and Warmia, for example. But we have a lot more.
That's really cool. I'm very familiar with Behemoth. I've never seen them live, but they look devastatingly awesome.
Yes. The Behemoth is Polish pride. They are great performers live, and yeah, they are awesome.
I was looking at your guys' Facebook channel today, and I noticed that you guys don't wear the corpse paint like most black metal bands do. Is there a reason why that is?
Yes. So in our band, we wanted to look. We just wanted to be ourselves. Just look normal when we record videos or when we play live shows. We don't play the typical Norwegian black metal. Our music is a little bit more melodic. We also have influences from other genres like doom metal, gothic metal. So for now, we want to look normal without corpse paint. Maybe it will change in future, but I don't think so for now.
My next question for you, Michal, would be, who are your musical influences?
So I have a lot of musical influences. The main important ones for this band, for Dargor, I think for sure Samael, Dimmu Borgir, Ayatara, the Finnish black metal band, very great. Dissection, Katamania, also from Finland, but also other bands like maybe Moonspell, Amorphis, so melodic black metal, melodic death metal bands. Also, I listen a lot of doom metal, like for example Draconian melodic doom metal. A lot of everything. Summoning also, it's a great atmospheric black metal band. We have some influences of Summoning in our music. A lot of things.
That's really awesome. I like a little bit of Dimmu Borgir here and there. It's been a while since I've listened to them, but the last time I caught myself listening to them, I jammed on this song called Spellbound. Something about that song just grabs you by the balls, wants to throw them up against the wall and just leave them there.
Yes, Spellbound is awesome. I love the Spellbound live performance on YouTube. there is an old one, and they played it great. I love old Dimmu Borgir, like Enthroned Darkness, Triumphant, Spiritual Black Dimensions, Stormblast. It is awesome.
Yeah, Stormblast is another favorite that I like. Even Putriana, that's a good one too.
Yeah, Puritanical is awesome. I like also newer ones like Death Cult Armageddon.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Now they change the style a bit. I think the two new albums are a bit softer, but I like them too. I like Ionian and I like Abrahadabra. Yeah, it was.
That's really cool. You know, being a musician myself, I can appreciate every genre of music that's out there. There's some of it, I look at it, I'm not gonna lie, I do pick on it, but I'm not gonna knock anybody for what they like listening to. So if somebody likes the band Slipknot, and if I don't like them, that's okay. I like a few of their songs, but I don't have to be a fan. I'm not gonna pick on somebody for what they like listening to. So there's a lot of people that do that out there, unfortunately. Internet bullies. Give them the finger.
Yeah. Some people are like, if you like this band or don't like this band, then some people have problem. I don't have problem too. If you like band, it's fine. It's fine, and everyone likes something else, and it's just a matter of taste and individual thing.
Yeah, every individual is so different nowadays. So
Yeah. By the way, I sometimes listen to Slipknot too. I like a lot of their songs.
yeah, they got some pretty sick drum beats behind them. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
My next question for you, Michael, would be off the new album that you guys just written. I got to listen to it a little bit last night and also this morning. I actually like two songs the most out of it, Locust and Before We Die. Were there any songs that stood out to you as your favorite?
My favorite, I think that Locust and Before We Die are my favorites too. I was thinking which song put first, Before We Die or Locust, but finally we decided to put Locust first. But this ones are my favorites too. And we start all our live shows with Before We Die because it's simple song, easy to warm up. So we always start with Before We Die. And for album we chose Locust. I like these songs.
Yeah, those are really catchy songs because to me, when I first heard that, I was just like, wow, this is bringing back that old melodic vibe that I've been looking for in black metal. There's not too many black metal bands that do it nowadays.
I'm very happy you like it. And yes, I think not many bands play a melodic black metal nowadays. There are some, but the general style has changed. For example, in Poland, we have a lot of black metal bands, but more aggressive, raw style. Like for example, Behemoth or Mgła. We have band Mgła, which is quite popular. This is more like Norwegian black metal. It's great too, but not many bands play melodic stuff nowadays. So I see it too.
I see you got a couple of amplifier heads behind you. Are those yours?
Excuse me?
I was saying, I see you got a couple of amplifier heads behind your head.
Yes. So yes, these are my PVs. I have two PVs because my first PV is very old one, made in USA, and I don't remember how many years it has, but it broke for me a few times. So I have the backup one. It's here. I take two heads to live shows, and last time we played in Krosno, our hometown. My first PV didn't work, so I played on backup.
Yeah, that's really cool. I was going to ask you about your gear. What kind of guitar do you like to play with?
So I play with the Solar guitar. It's the quite new company, but it becomes very popular. It's the guy from Sweden, Ola Englund, who has a big channel on YouTube, and he created the Solar Guitars company. I very like my guitar because of a few things, but the most important one is the Evertune bridge. So the Evertune bridge is cool because you don't have to tune your guitar very often. Sometimes I tune my guitar once a few weeks because it holds the tuning very well. And it's also the Explorer shape. I very like Explorer shapes. It's white. Before I had black Explorer, and now I switched to white Explorer, and I think I like this shape.
That's
very
really
much.
cool. Shape is important. I mean, I play guitar myself, and I've got a BC Rich and a couple of Ibanez guitars. So I can definitely relate to the shape idea behind the body of it and the headstock. So
yeah, the shape is important, and BC Rich look very great. Our bass player has BC Rich, a War Beast, I think.
Yeah,
so I
those
like
Warbeasts are huge.
yeah. It's not comfortable to play when you sit because it has sharp corners, and these corners are not comfortable when you put your guitar on your leg, but it looks great, and when you stand, it's all fine.
I could only imagine trying one out. I haven't tried one out, but I've seen people jamming on them, and like, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
My next question, Michael, is how did you guys come up with the name Dargor? Is there a meaning behind it?
So the Dargor was initially my nickname. I played in a couple of local bands from many years, and my nickname in these bands was Dargor. And the Dargor band initially was the one-man project. I recorded 3 songs as the one-man project. Later, I received proposition of a live show, so I've completed lineup, and the name Dargor stayed because I think it fits us, and I still compose most of music here. So it was just like that. It was my nickname, and I took this nickname from the lyrics of first metal band I was listening to when I was a kid. It was the power metal band Rhapsody. I liked I liked their music and lyrics, and in their lyrics there was one guy called Dargor, and I took the nickname from there. Now I don't listen to power metal too much, but I was very into power metal back in the day.
What's your first memory with music that you have? How old were you?
How old I was? I think I was in my primary school, something like I was like 15 or 15 years old or something when I got into metal. I was listening to other music before, but my older cousin was playing in a local band, Crusher, on electric guitar, and he showed me electric guitar. He showed me metal bands like Rhapsody, Manowar, and I just started to listen to it and love it immediately.
Is that what inspired you to become a musician?
I think I was inspired by the first show I went. it was the show of my cousin. He was playing with his band Crusher in our hometown. There were also other bands playing, death metal bands, black metal bands. And then I just knew that one day I want to do music, play music, electric guitar, maybe vocals. So it was primary school.
That's really awesome. My next question for you would be, how do you sustain your energy while you're on stage? I know staying hydrated is very important. And also, how do you go about doing your vocals? I know a lot of people use their diaphragm, some people use their throat, but if you use your throat, you're going to damage your vocal cords.
With vocal, I'm not really sure because I never learned a proper techniques to do vocals. But I think that I do it quite correct because now I can scream for 1 hour and it doesn't hurt. So I think it's quite the way I do it. It's quite good. But I don't know which technique do I use really. I just tried to do it and learned myself. And when it comes to the shows and being hydrated, I always drink water before the show, but I don't like to drink during the show because it's quite weird. But it becomes more difficult to me to sing sometimes when I drink in the middle of the show. So I prefer drink a lot before and later.
Does Dargor have any upcoming shows or tours?
So we plan to do some shows in next year. We are already discussing it. The one date is confirmed today, only one date. But there will be more. There will be more. We want to promote our album a bit, most probably in Poland, but we will see.
That's cool. How many albums do you guys have? Because this is the first one that I've heard by you guys.
Excuse me?
Oh, I was saying this is the first album that I've heard by your band. Do you have any other albums other than this one?
Yes, we have one more album, Descent into Chaos. It was released at the beginning of previous year. Officially it was EP, but it has 7 songs, so it's not as much shorter than Ascent to Infinity. And on the previous album you can hear 2 covers, the cover of Samael and cover of Satyricon, and the 5 songs are author songs. So this is our second album.
That's really cool. My next question was going to be if you guys had done any cover songs. So you already answered that question for me. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Are there any places in the world that you've always wanted to tour?
So I think that we would love to tour out of Poland, Europe, for sure. States would be great, but it's a big expedition. So we'll see if it will be possible. But I think any tour would be really, really great for us. For now, we don't have any specific preparations.
Well, if you guys ever come to the United States and you come to Atlanta, Georgia, I'll come see you guys.
Great. Maybe one day it will happen. Let's hope it will.
I'll keep my horns up and I'll keep my fingers crossed for you guys. So that'd be great.
Thanks a lot. We'll try our best.
Cool. Keep shredding, man. Most definitely.
That's for sure.
Do you have
We
your
will
guitar
keep on
right there with
playing.
you?
Excuse me?
Do you have your guitar with you?
Do I have guitar? Yes, it's next to me.
I was wondering if I could see what it looks like.
Okay. So this is my Solar Explorer. So the body is mahogany. The neck is maple. The fretboard is ebony. And I use EMG 81 and EMG 85. I really love these pickups because they have very strong signal, and the playing is very selective. You can hear every note on this pickups, and of course the Evertune bridge. Really cool thing.
That's a very beautiful guitar you got.
Yes, thank you. I really like how it looks.
What gauge strings do you use?
So my strings are the thinnest one is 10, and this is 52. I play in D standard, and this fits this tuning very well for me because you can do some bends quite easily. It's not as much stretched, but also it's not too loose for some chords.
That's really awesome.
I think this is the good compromise between playing chords and playing some melodies.
I play in D standard myself, actually.
Great. I really like this tuning. It's heavier than E standard, but not too low.
Yeah, you can definitely belt out some mean pinched harmonics with that stuff.
Yeah. I always play D standard, and it's great.
Also, I wanted to ask you, what size guitar picks do you like to use?
Guitar picks. I use 1 millimeter. Before I played on a bit thinnest one, but I play on one. Now I play on 1 millimeter, and I play on a Dunlop wedge. Dunlop wedge are bit sharper than the standard one. The standard ones. It's almost the same, but they have bit sharper edge, so it's a little more precise, I think.
I use 1 millimeter myself. That's funny. You and I have 3 things in common. Actually 4, considering we like melodic black metal. So that's awesome, dude.
Great, awesome,
Yeah.
nice coincidence.
It's like, wow, what's going on here? My neck hairs are standing up on the back. You know, I'm like, hey, is this my long lost cousin? I don't know.
That's cool.
Though,
That's
Michael.
cool.
Absolutely, man. So where do you guys see yourselves in the next 5 years? Hopefully you guys will be still recording music.
Yes, this is the priority. I want to create new songs, new albums. I already work on new compositions, and I hope in 5 years we'll release a few records. And of course, we want to play live shows, and we'll see how it will go, what we'll be able to do. But we'll try to expand. We'll try to improve, and time will show. But the music for sure, already in progress.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Keep it going. You know, you got my support.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
That's awesome. Why do you like playing black metal?
So the black metal, I really love black metal because of two things. I like the connection between melodic and aggressive music. I always liked when the vocals are aggressive and the instruments play some melodies. I really like bands like In Flames or Children of Bodom when the vocal was always aggressive and the guitar was making some melodies. Also in black metal, I love the atmosphere, the space, the just how it feels when you listen to it. Mm, so the black metal, I always wanted to play black metal the most. I played heavy metal, thrash metal, but it's the biggest fun for me to play melodic black metal.
That's cool. Are there any death metal bands that you like?
Death metal. I like some death metal bands, mostly melodic death metal bands, like for example, In Flames, Insomnium, At the Gates. But I like also some brutal death metal bands, like Cannibal Corpse, or old school bands like Obituary. It's awesome. They are awesome live. Their sound is huge. I mostly prefer melodic stuff, but sometimes I listen to old school stuff and brutal stuff like Obituary or Cannibal Corpse and things like that.
What's the longest that it's ever taken you to write a song?
How long it takes to write a song?
Yeah,
So
like
it depends. Some songs are quicker, some takes a longer time. For example, Before We Die was written quite quick. It was the main foundation was written in I think in few days. The riffs and drums. Later we just added details, solo, but it was quite quick. Uh, when it comes to Locust, took it took a few years because I started to write this song a few years ago. It late and waited. And after a few years, we added new vocals, keyboards. Some songs are very long. Songs are very quick. After our first album, Descent into Chaos, it took 7 months to compose 6 songs from Ascent to Infinity, and the 2 songs were older ones, which were laying and waiting for their time.
that's awesome. Well, Michael, I don't have very much time left with you today, but I just wanted to tell you thanks for giving me a portion of your time again today. It's been great talking with you.
Thank you too. It's a pleasure to talk, and we're having a good chat. So it's great.
I was wondering if you had any last words for Underground Noise Webzine.
So thanks one more time for having us. For all who are watching, I greet you. Thank you for watching. Please check out Dargor if you like atmospheric melodic music. Maybe you will like our project. Have a nice day, and let's see in future.
Awesome. Everybody keep your horns up, support Dargor, support Underground Noise Webzine, and support your local music scene, and also stay out of trouble. And before I forget, people, if you like this video, please subscribe by hitting the thumbnail below. Hit the bell button so you can be notified when there's new interviews up. Like it, share it with your friends. I would really appreciate it. This is webisode number 66. Michael, keep shredding, brother.
I will.
Right on.
Thank you.
You're welcome, man.